came in the back door and they came.
You snuck in the back door. That's
Yeah.
I think you were just so pretty. She looks like her mama. Ready to change your diaper? Okay. Enjoy yours. They're in there where they put us. They're in the car.
Never get around and knowing who they are. We do the control direct.
You put your lunch box in your
Well, I got hungry. Nobody else was
Just walk over here.
Every time a camera comes up.
People wave. Oh yeah. Or they point or they say, "Hey mom."
And Kayla's wave. She waves like this.
Hello there. I'm glad you're not getting me now.
Hi mom.
I am.
And then it says I'll sneak through.
I gave Brian stage for Caleb.
Boy, she runs fast.
This is my birthday. I'm gonna be 5 months today or tomorrow, whatever day it is. You're gonna be ready? 565.
I guess I must have made a fire every day, almost during the winter time.
How come you don't have me for now?
We had a oh, it's right in that room, into the kitchen, taking hours, start weeding.
Did you get Pauline? What do you want me to do about it?
made for each other. I told Amanda.
We'd have had them on there, Jesse, didn't you? Yeah, we got everybody moved back. That's good.
Come on in.
Hello?
Home. Well, thank you. Well, there's Nana right up there. You can't hold her very much.
I'm not stupid. You're not supposed to be taking pictures. I'm
Oh,
gonna set my phone down.
I'm the official photographer. They hired me.
Anybody here went on vacation? I said,
I keep a big sack at work. Everybody puts their glass and so, but I give the cans to Mother.
Oh, I remember that. I tell you what, Wendy, that's what I remember. Sometimes I forget something that the person out there and when you get to call their name.
Oh, now, see, I like to be like I'm a big boy. My image over here was like, this is cool.
Oh, yeah.
See Barney. You want to go see Barney? I'll tell you who likes to watch Barney is this one. Here. Brian. Good. Barney.
You miss your brother? Yeah. Give him a kiss.
So the two are mates, huh?
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh, that's Juanita. That's your sister. Ah, they're all here. They're all hello. Juanita,
It's okay.
I said, you got in here without their sneezing? Well, I need to hug.
Hi, buddy. How you doing? He is. He really is.
have breakfast with you. I'm out. I said, we were gonna come out and y'all were already going out. Is this it or you're more? Hi.
Hi. You're being. It gets awful quiet when I turn this thing on.
I'm going to go after all. She just hit her beam. Pulled me out. I wanted to go to so I get this statement. Says mother, let's listen to you missing Sunday. Call a preacher's daughter next vacation. Yep, I need it every now and again. Working full time and that job too. It's tiring after a while.
Watch me.
You want to part of this thing?
My son's in her. They look at fruit.
That's what I left. I think that ought to keep my.
He had about half a mile.
You can do it too. When it starts pouring out, just bend the little.
He's always, mommy said you can have all those you want.
You better go on a diet. Go shave. Oh, that is good.
Howdy. Hi there. How is it for you? What's up? What about you? Hello there, Mr. Axel. Hi. How come y'all so late, girl?
Well, it's a long story, darling.
Oh, it's a long story.
Yeah, you don't
Well, okay.
But we just got it as quickly as we could. Are you sure?
Usually I'm not on.
Good to see you, sweetheart. You don't need any more. You have a whole plate.
Change some on Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy
Did you get the impression they follow the redhead? Children, I just don't know.
You should.
Make campaign contributions important. They shouldn't be.
She just keeps feeding it.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it.
It should be above.
You're just now getting the round.
Just this side. Just this side.
And a huge dining room.
I'm not interested in that.
I bet you're full and you need a burp. Come on, Barbie, come on. Okay.
He didn't have it.
He wasn't through eating.
Use that. We can't find the paper around.
Okay, we'll just use that. He didn't want that. That explains
Like
these
me when he cries, put the ball back.
pictures right there. That's
I'll just.
Maybe over there look like Kathy Whitworth. Isn't that right there where it looks like Kathy Whitworth? Looks like a dog.
Here's one I better. Your new retired has an artist, he's going back to drawing, painting. He's going back to painting. Painting, he's an artist.
Oh, he's an artist, yeah. He has 2 or 3 stores. Yeah.
Good talk about it, you
So Sharon, how long has the minute
What do you mean a long time?
Seems like just yesterday.
Yeah.
Celebrate my 50th anniversary this year. Birthday. Hey, thank you.
Yeah, a big, a born, huh?
When is your birthday, Sydney? What day?
20th September.
Oh, we get that.
And they see pound on it.
You can all get together and get it. You know, all get together, everybody.
You got me. I couldn't stay behind you forever.
Yeah, I got you.
She gained 10 pounds in the camera.
I'm gonna take it back.
years old. Oh, 6 years
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alton. Happy birthday to you.
I'm doing fine. How are y'all? Which other one? Thank you. Which other one? This one. This one's real good. Well, that's what we do sometimes.
Well, I went to look at the hello there, Mom. We have changed here. Well, you're doing great. But you're like me. You're doing great.
Yeah, we always can't. Got it either. We need to put all these good news. Just pop on that. One of these days, we'll be able to do that.
Sucking on her little fist. Can you see her? See her? She's sucking on her fist. She's sucking on her fist. Wait a second. She's sucking on her little fist. She's just going after it. She wanted to hold the baby.
Takes time, especially for capital investment sales. They don't.
Drinking to your birthday with every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Got to invest in, so-
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Now I'm looking for a John.
Can you open my gifts for me?
I bet you we with my shades on.
You look just fine with me.
Let me get my shades, my glasses. Have all these things.
That's why I said now that Mother is, you don't have a chance.
And she said, well, tell them I said, you know, I'm an old woman. You're an old
Well, Lady Mother takes care of the 102, so you got a lot more years than that. Here's a book.
I'm glad that book there, I had him back there when I liked it.
I'll tell you.
I'm
28, 6,
Anyway, that's close by. That's a new one and that's close by.
His wife's still.
How about Luke?
Wyatt's, go to Louis, you wanna go to Mexico.
They didn't want the old people.
Wyatt's is,
Well, now, these are pretty good. They got the giant.
Put them on the street corner if I thought he could buy. His family to get here.
Well, we're gonna go down.
you may starve to death waiting now.
Are you going to eat?
I want to eat with us.
Where are you going to eat?
Right here.
Oh, I'll go with you. I'm not used to eating in a hotel.
Well, you eat in the hotel.
Well, sure.
I had breakfast here one morning.
Oh, is it?
Everybody smile.
And chew nicely.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, pretty.
Rolls of butter.
Hi.
There's these styrofoam cups. I wouldn't take my tea with me to the pool. So we're going to.
You wanna go swimming, Rachel? All right.
Does he have teeth yet going? See, I think he's a break
terrible Oh, you're jumping up and down. You're doing it fast. Bounce up and down. And along. Bounce up and down.
Cassie, put the hat on.
I'll carry it for you. You want me to carry it for you?
We have two that carry yours. And Tiki.
There you go.
There's your chair.
Here's your blankie.
Gonna get you something, leave your head.
Out of there.
I think not even trying to dump the other people.
Might give you diarrhea.
Everything was so
Well, I remember that, but they have their, you know, the hell out of it, gonna make it. Couldn't get my car full all the way over here. No, I couldn't get my car full all the way over here. No, I mean, it's full, but it was not. It was so hot when I got in, and I like to see looking back at this place. Her pictures were red.
Crack you back, let you dry, suck it right out. You crack your back, let it dry, suck the heat right out.
I've been doing they both got into it like wedding. No, I'm not. No, excuse me, I want to get back to here. Okay. I didn't do much. So you helped him make a good grade.
Well, all the stuff that was in the book about Hudson, Blankenship, and all that stuff that you put in the book, we just kind of put it all in there. And
Is that 7th grade?
no, it was 8th grade.
Well,
And they
to
had
the
the
9th and 7th grade, they done this kind of stuff. These books,
Christmas holiday, they had to do that.
Puppy, trying to go to sleep?
They call me and I said, look out, get all that good stuff.
What?
All that thing.
Her dad. Got that there. He just staring at her. And she took out the whole red meat. What did you do?
Keep out. I'm gonna come
So
keep
it's
out.
not going to be far.
I'm gonna keep out.
Let her get that drink.
Come on. She knows those.
There was some time of
We've got video from all the years, you can run it back and play it again. All the years. So good, you don't know about the video. We all, maybe you don't get the back. I've already been.
No, just tell me when you're ready to go.
Okay, whatever, because I'll be ready to see, maybe when we see each other later or something back, I don't even know when we're gonna do something.
David?
What? I didn't hear you.
Diana away, Lady Diana.
Kelly, you had more hair even then. Y'all must have left right as I called you.
We probably did.
Because I left a message on your machine. What you, come here. I've got to feed you so I can talk. What you want to eat? You want a ham sandwich?
I've enjoyed it. Yeah, and I forgot. My kids are all doing good. Radio show, family show. She took a drink and then I'll get them. Get up and fix with the others. I just catch you while I can. Whether I've been around or not.
Hey! How do you do? Wave at David. Wave at the camera. Did you get mine? Say how do you do, baby? Say how do you do? How do you do? Look over here. Say, talk to me, Bobby. Ed and May have an anniversary this next week or the beginning of the next week, and this is a card that I brought for Karen, if you want to send that. This is a cake note to Karen. Well, I'm going to hear it on my mother. They kept us in Joe too. But they're all husbands. I just said your portrait. I see the stars, I hear the roaring thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. Right. Who's that? Get my brother. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet that the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share none other has ever Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to me, let it be, dear Lord, let it be, let it be, dear Lord, let it be. What a friend we have in Jesus. All our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Take it to the Lord in prayer. I want y'all to know that Mickey Lynn has not heard these songs this afternoon with me. I couldn't talk to you or say this while ago because I would probably cry, but my mother told me just this week that Luda May and Claire used to sing that song in the garden. was their song they sang. I think they sent this to, and didn't they also send it to Victor when he was overseas? So that's why we sang that song, but I knew I couldn't tell you that ahead of time and not cry, so. Anyway, it was wonderful. Thank you. Because I used to go to the Hip Hill Wells for Ninny, my grandmother Luda May, and Aunt Bridie worked. And so I would go visit with Ninny for a while, and then she'd get busy with the customer or something, and then I'd go around over to Aunt Bridie's, where she was over in the foundation department at one point. But then another time she was in cosmetics, and I love cosmetics, and I've worked in that field in my life. But what she used to do that I love to do and watch her do is mix powder. She worked for Charles of the Ritz. And I would sit there and say, can you mix the powder for me? And she would mix, somebody would come up and she would mix powder, and she'd sit there and talk to me about that, how she did it. And that rubbed off because I always loved cosmetics. So I always loved visiting with Aunt Bridie anyway. So she's not here. Thank you.
I have one question, Lisa.
What?
What's foundation? Is that concrete?
Concrete, yes, that's it.
Well, I'm going to say something, it is regards to this, but I'm going to tell you something about my mother. My mother was the sweetest little lady, never talked, never fussed, she never knew what she was feeling, what she was thinking, but she was always a humming little tune. We had a neighbor named Burnett, and Ann Burnett, or Burnett, was my age, and they would come down to play with us, but they had to, everything had to go their way. They never would give or anything else. So one day they were down at my mother's, we were playing outside, and I came in the house so mad I slammed the door, and Mother said, now what's happening? Now what's happening? Why don't you go on back and play? I said, I'm not going to do it. I said, Ann called me some ugly names, and I'm not going to play with her anymore. My mother said, sit down. Well, I was mad, but anyway, she said, sit down. I sat down, and she said, now I can't remember it all, but you all probably can, but anyway, I told her what Ann had been saying about different women, and it was ugly, and I didn't like it, and I told her so. And I don't know where we established a spat tonight. I can't remember that. It's pretty so long ago. But anyway, my mother sat down and she said, I want you to learn this little verse. Anyway, the last of it said, he who steals my good name, which enriches him not, but makes me pure indeed. She said, now the things she said about you don't matter, but you remember this. You can't say ugly things about somebody else and expect them to say nice things about you. She said, you can pray about it. Now that's one thing that my mother taught me when I was about 7 or 8 years old that I have never forgotten. And when I hear something about somebody else, and I won't right quick make up my mind, I think about what my mother said. And I think when we think back years and years ago, those little things that our mothers and fathers taught us come to the front and make us be a better person. And I just wanted you to say that about my mother. And I want you to say this about my father. I don't think there's very many of us here knew my daddy very well. Charlie Marie and them did, but when I was a little girl about 7 or 8 years old, we lived on a farm, and it was like the government had, 360 acres or a quarter of section, and they build your house and you do the work and everything. Well, anyway, we lived in this home, very ordinary. But we didn't have enough water in the wells where we lived, but to water the horses and the cows and all. So we had a lane that went down about a quarter of a mile where there was a good water well and troughs and things. So Daddy made a fence, and our horses and cattle would go down there to drink. Well, we had a big hackberry tree at Ryan Street always reminded of that tree that we had in our yard. And Daddy made us, we didn't have toys and things like the children have nowadays. We jump rope or play baseball with tin cans and things like that. But this big old tree, Daddy had made us a swing. And when he would come in the evening from plowing and doing his day's work, down at this well, he'd take the bridles off the horses, the mules, and they'd come up that lane to the barn, you know, where they'd take the harness off. But when he'd get there, he would start singing. And I would always run and get in that swing. And no matter what song he'd sing, I'd sing. He'd sing the next verse. And then I'd swing and he'd sing a verse. And we swing that way, swinging and singing to each other until he got to the barn. And I've always remembered that as a child. And I can always remember when he taught me to pray. We would have family prayer. Of course, my father's father was a Baptist minister. And after supper, he would read a chapter from the Bible, or maybe the Sunday school lesson that we was going to have for Sunday. And he would all kneel, and he taught each one of us to pray. Never will forget one time I was trying to pray, and at the evening prayer, and I don't know what I said, but next morning Mother said, honey, don't pray for people all over the world. Said, just pray for your friends. I was on my knees and I was saying, oh Lord, bless everybody in the whole world. But now my father taught each of us to pray. Now I've never been the parent that my parents were. I guess I've been a tenderfoot or something. But anyway, you all that didn't know Father and Mother Blankenship, you missed a lot. Amen. And I shall never forget, we were picking cotton. And we were having a Baptist meeting at the church. And Daddy was picking cotton, and some of us was going this way, some of us were coming that way. And we all kind of met in the middle. And Daddy stood up and said, I want to talk to all of you. He said, I want you to know that my father was a minister. And he said, I haven't lived a Christian life. And I've just realized during this meeting that my family, and see, we had about 8 or 10 kids then, but 13 in all when it was over. And he said, I want all of you to listen to me. And he told us about his father being a minister and how he was led to Christ, and that he had raised in his family, and he hadn't made us go to church or even taught us about Jesus Christ. So he said, as of tonight, after supper, we will read a chapter in the Bible, and then we will pray. And he started at it. He taught each and every one of us. At different nights, he'd ask us to lead in prayer. But of course, I didn't even know what to say hardly. But I can remember that. And I thought about it so many years and thought about how I haven't lived up to what I have been taught. But I do know I'm a Christian, things like that. But at the same time, my daddy always had temper like a mule kicking. But when he'd come to the lane and pull the bridles off the horses, I'd get in that swing and I'd start singing. And I'd sing a verse and he'd sing a verse. And we just did that, and that was the most pleasant thing I ever remember in my childhood, was how my daddy would wait for me to start singing, and he'd stand down there at that well and he'd sing all the way to the end.
You had that tape here because to see what she was humming. Because if she was humming a certain song, she was in a good mood. If she was humming another song, she was not in a good mood. And she just shut the door and sat outside a while longer.